Let's start with something simple, or at least it seems simple. You wake up, open your eyes, and there it is, the world. A sky full of clouds, the chatter of birds, the familiar scent of morning. It's all just there. Or is it? You see, we've been told that the world exists independently of us, solid, unchanging, waiting to be discovered. But let me ask you something. Have you ever considered that the world you see isn't out there at all? What if it's all happening right here, in the theater of your consciousness? Jacobo Grinberg, a mind who saw deeper than most, believed just that. Reality, he suggested, isn't something we passively observe, but something we actively construct. It's not a rigid, fixed thing. It's fluid, shaped moment by your own awareness. In other words, the world isn't something you see, it's something you create. Let us take a look at what he has to say about that.
Syntergic theory posits that the human brain has the ability to distort the lattice structure in the most complex manner known in the universe. And this complex distortion of the lattice constitutes perceptual reality. So, each neural activity constitutes a micro-distortion of the lattice. And since the human brain contains roughly between 10 and 12 billion neuronal elements, each micro-distortion, each alteration of this basic space structure interacts with each other, creating a complex macro distortion. The theory names this the neural field. And so the fundamental hypothesis of Syntergic theory is that perception arises as a result of the interaction between the neural field and the lattice of space.
Grinberg's theory provides a striking foundation for understanding perception, not as a passive reception, but as an active construction shaped by the mind's interaction with a fundamental structure of space. As Grinberg's insights reveal, the boundaries between our consciousness and the lattice of space are permeable, suggesting that our inner state deeply influences, and perhaps even defines, the outer reality we perceive. Now, take a flower, for instance. What makes it beautiful? Is it just the arrangement of its petals? The color? The light reflecting off its surface? Or is it something more? Maybe its beauty lies not in the flower itself, but in the way your consciousness interacts with it. Without your awareness, the flower is just there, a bundle of atoms. But when you perceive it, something magical happens. Your mind sculpts its color, its meaning, its very existence. And here's where it gets even stranger. Modern science, quantum physics to be precise, hints at the same idea. Subatomic particles, the building blocks of everything, exist in a state of potential. That is, they're not real in the way we think of realness, until they're observed. It's the act of observation that brings them into focus, like a painter adding the final strokes to a canvas. So, if the tiniest parts of reality depend on your awareness to exist, what does that mean for the rest of it? Could it be that reality itself is waiting for you to create it? But here's the thing, you're not doing this alone. Because you, me, and every conscious being, well, we're all part of something much bigger. Now, let's imagine a spider's web stretched out under the moonlight. Each strand shimmers, connected to the next, moving ever so slightly with the breeze. This, my friend, is you and me, and everyone you've ever met. We're strands in the same web, a network of consciousness that Jacobo Grinberg called the Syntergic network. It's not something you can see or touch, but it's there, holding everything together. And if you listen closely, you can feel it. Think of the last time you walked into a room and just knew something was off. No one had spoken, no one had moved, but the tension was palpable. Or that moment when someone smiled at you, and suddenly, the whole day felt lighter. What is that? It's the web, the invisible field of connection that ties us all together. Grinberg believed that we are not separate individuals walking through life in isolation. Instead, we're like waves on the surface of an ocean, unique in form but inseparable from the water itself. Rupert Sheldrake, another brilliant mind, called this the Morphic field. He described it as a kind of cosmic memory, a shared resonance that carries the thoughts, emotions, and experiences of all beings. Every time you think, feel, or act, you're adding to this field, shaping it just as it shapes you. This isn't just an abstract idea. You've experienced it. When you feel peaceful, doesn't the world seem to mirror that peace? The same is true for fear, or anger, or joy. Your inner state doesn't stay inside. It radiates outward, rippling through the field like a pebble dropped in a still pond. What you hold within you shapes the energy around you. And what's more, it shapes the people around you too. But here's the catch. Most of us move through life without realizing this. We think our thoughts are private, that our emotions are contained, but they're not. They're threads in the web, vibrations in the field, echoes that reach farther than we can imagine. Ah, the mind. What a tricky little thing it is. Have you ever noticed how it chatters away, spinning stories, painting pictures, pulling you this way and that? It's like a restless artist that can't put down its brush. But here's the funny part. The mind isn't just creating. It's reflecting, too. You see, your mind is like a mirror. It doesn't just project outward, it also shows you what's going on inside. Think of a day when you woke up feeling anxious. The world outside probably looked a little gray, a little sharp around the edges. Now think of a moment when you felt utterly calm, perhaps standing by the ocean or sitting quietly under the stars. Didn't the world seem to soften, to breathe with you? Same world, same sky, but the reflection had changed. And what changed it? The state of your own mind. Jacobo Grinberg taught that this inner state doesn't stay locked inside. It ripples outward, shaping the field around you. Neuroscience even backs this up, showing us that our thoughts are energy, waves that radiate beyond the boundaries of our skulls. Think of your mind as a transmitter, broadcasting your inner world to the universe. When you're agitated, that frequency disrupts the harmony of the field. But when you're at peace, your mind becomes like a still pond, reflecting the beauty of everything around it. Here's the kicker. This mirror of the mind isn't just showing you the world, it's shaping it. Every thought, every intention sends out a vibration that interacts with the field, like one instrument in a symphony. And just like a symphony, when one instrument plays out of tune, it affects the whole. This is why your state of mind matters, not just for you, but for everyone and everything connected to you. Let's dive deeper into this idea of shaping the world with your mind. Have you ever stopped to consider the quiet power of intention? I'm not talking about wishful thinking or those half-hearted New Year's resolutions. No, I mean real intention. A focused, clear, unwavering sense of direction. It's like aiming an arrow, not with brute force but with steady precision. You see, intention isn't about control. It's not about demanding that the universe hand you what you want. It's more like planting a seed. When your intention is clear and your mind is still, you place that seed gently into the soil of the universe. And then you let go. You trust the natural flow of things, knowing that the seed will sprout in its own time, in its own way. This is the beauty of intention. It doesn't need force. In fact, force only scatters its energy. True intention is quiet, centered, like a beam of light cutting through the fog. When you align your mind and heart, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions all move in the same direction, you create a resonance. And the universe, being the mirror that it is, reflects that resonance back to you. Grinberg believed this wasn't just metaphysical fluff, it's how reality works. What you focus on grows. What you hold with clarity and presence becomes a blueprint for the world around you. But, and here's the key, you have to feel it. Intention isn't just a thought, it's a vibration. It's the difference between saying, "I want peace," and actually feeling peace in your body, in your breath, in your bones. So ask yourself, what are you planting today? What vibrations are you sending into the field? Because whether you realize it or not, you're always planting something. Every thought, every feeling, every moment is a seed. And here we come to one of the most beautiful parts of this whole journey: gratitude. But don't mistake gratitude for just saying thank you when something goes your way. True gratitude is much deeper than that. It's a state of being, a way of saying yes to life, just as it is. Think about it. When you feel gratitude, what happens? Your heart softens, your mind quiets, and for a moment, the endless striving, the wanting, the needing, it all fades away. You stop fighting against the current of life and start flowing with it. It's as if gratitude tunes you to the frequency of the universe, aligning you with its rhythm. Grinberg understood this well. He taught that gratitude is more than a feeling. It's a vibration, a powerful force that shapes the field around you. When you dwell in gratitude, not just for what you have, but for the sheer miracle of existence, you open yourself to abundance. It's like opening a door and inviting life to flow through you. But here's the twist. Gratitude doesn't wait for the right circumstances. You don't need to win the lottery or solve all your problems to feel it. In fact, the most transformative gratitude is the kind you feel even when things aren't perfect. It's the gratitude for the lessons, the challenges, the small, quiet moments that so often go unnoticed. So why not start now? Take a breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. Notice the life all around you, the warmth of the sun, the sound of the wind, the simple fact that you are here, alive, in this moment. Because when you carry gratitude in your heart, you're not just transforming your inner world. You're transforming the field itself, creating a ripple of harmony that touches everything and everyone around you. And finally, let's return to the idea we started with, the universe as a mirror. Think about it. What if everything you experience is a reflection, not of what you want, but of what you are? The challenges, the joys, the synchronicities, they're not random. They're invitations. They're the universe holding up a mirror and saying, "Look." When life feels chaotic, it's easy to point the finger outward. But Grinberg invites us to do something far more radical, to turn inward. Because the world you see is a reflection of the world within. If there's fear or resistance in your heart, you'll see it mirrored in the people you meet, in the circumstances you face. But if there's peace, if there's love, well, the mirror will show you that too. This isn't about blame or guilt. It's about responsibility. The kind of responsibility that empowers you to change your reality from the inside out. You see, the universe doesn't judge. It doesn't punish or reward. It simply reflects. And every moment is an opportunity to look into that reflection and choose anew. So here we are, standing before the mirror of life. What do you see? More importantly, what do you want to see? Because the beauty of this journey is that you are not a passive observer. You are a creator, a participant in the great dance of existence. And the mirror? It's always there, waiting, ready to reflect the beauty you choose to bring into it.